Look, I get it. ChatGPT is everywhere. It's the default. Everyone's using it. And honestly, for most people, that's been fine. But here's what nobody's telling you. While you've been comfortable with ChatGPT Plus, the entire AI landscape has completely shifted beneath your feet. Most people think all AI models are basically the same, just different brands saying the same things. Today, I'm going to show you that isn't just wrong. It's costing you opportunities right now. We're comparing the paid tiers, ChatGPT Plus versus Google Gemini Advanced. Real money, real capabilities. And the differences, they're massive. Here's the truth. ChatGPT is great at chatting. It's conversational. It's helpful. It's reliable. But while everyone was stuck in that conversation, Google built something completely different. An engine that can read entire libraries in seconds, actually see and understand video, and generate cinematic content that looks like it came from a production studio. And if you're still just using ChatGPT for everything, you're already behind. Let's dive in. To understand the single biggest difference between these models, we need to talk about ChatGPT's Achilles heel, its 128,000 token window. Google's 1 million plus token context window isn't just a spec, it's a superpower. This thing can ingest multiple books in one sitting or process an entire hour-long video without breaking a sweat. ChatGPT, it's stuck summarizing and truncating anything massive, as you're about to see. But the context window is just the beginning. Google has 3 core architectural advantages. True native multimodal understanding, meaning it actually sees video and hears audio, not just analyzing frame by frame like most models. That massive million token memory I mentioned, and deep integration across Google's entire ecosystem of tools. When you're deciding where to put your hard-earned money, these aren't minor details. They're fundamental differences that change what's actually possible. We'll start with what I call the hour-long video analysis test, and this one's going to blow your mind. I'm using Apple's latest earnings call, nearly a full hour of dense financial discussion. Here's the exact prompt I'm giving both models. Watch this entire video. Give me the key takeaways, the complete financial performance for the first quarter, and all the strategic announcements. Now, even though the audio is still live at the time of this recording,
good afternoon and welcome to the Apple Q1 Fiscal Year 2026 Earnings Conference Call.
ChatGPT Plus responded that the audio was no longer available, completely missing the mark, failing to analyze the content, and essentially giving up before even attempting the task. Gemini, on the other hand, delivered exactly what we asked for: complete key takeaways from the quarter, revenue totals, analyst estimates versus actuals, a full summary of the company's financial health, everything. But here's where it gets really interesting. Gemini caught something massive. Apple confirmed a new partnership with Google during this call. They explicitly stated this partnership would be the foundation and backbone of Apple's future AI services. You didn't hear any mention of Apple partnering with ChatGPT, did you? Think about that for a second. Apple, one of the most strategic companies on the planet, chose Google's AI infrastructure for their future. That alone should tell you everything you need to know about where to spend your money. Next up, what I call the needle in a haystack test. I'm uploading a massive 500 plus page book, Moby Dick, the full public domain version. You know the one. We've all read it or pretended to. Here's the prompt. I've uploaded the full Moby Dick novel. Find the specific section that references the first mention of the white whale's scar. Watch what happens. ChatGPT responded with visible bodily marks, citing Chapter 42, the whiteness of the whale, but no scars. I was actually shocked, so I gave it a second chance. On its second attempt, it found Chapter 41, scarred like an iceberg. Better, but still not quite right. Gemini, first attempt, same prompt. Immediately identified Chapter 41, but here's the kicker. Our prompt specifically asked for the first mention. Gemini caught that detail and actually found the earliest reference in Chapter 28, white scar. ChatGPT missed the mark twice. Why pay for a model that gives you inaccurate responses even after multiple attempts? Talk about hallucinating. Next up, the image and text test, and this is where things get visual. Here's the prompt for both models. Generate a photorealistic image of a neon sign in a rainy cyberpunk alleyway. The sign must explicitly spell out, "The future is Gemini," in bright pink cursive letters. Ensure the reflection in the puddles is accurate. Honestly, both models actually nailed this one. The spelling is correct on both, the cyberpunk aesthetic is there, the neon glow looks convincing, and the puddle reflections are surprisingly accurate. This round feels like a tie, but I want to hear from you. Which image do you think looks better? Actually, hold that vote for a second, because what if we could bring these images to life? Once you see what happens next, drop your final verdict in the comments. ChatGPT or Gemini? All right, now let's take it from static to cinematic. We'll use ChatGPT's video generation tool, Sora, included in their $20 a month plan, to turn these images into video. Here's the prompt we're using for both models. Take the image of the neon sign we just generated, turn it into a 5-second video, make the rain fall realistically, have the neon light flicker slightly, and pan the camera slowly to the right. Let's look at Sora's result first. Okay, so Sora definitely created rain effects. That part looks good, but there's no flickering of the neon sign and the camera doesn't pan to the right. 2 out of 3. Now let's run the exact same prompt through Gemini's built-in video generation tool. I think the video speaks for itself. Gemini created the rain, added the flickering neon, and check this out. The camera pans directly to the right, exactly as requested. 3 for 3. Now it's your turn. Drop your vote in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. For our final comparison, let's test the research capabilities of both models. Here's the prompt. Find a YouTube video published in the last month that reviews the Sony A9 III camera. Summarize the top 3 pros and cons mentioned in that specific video, and tell me if the reviewer recommends it for sports photography. ChatGPT was able to find a video and confirm that the camera was recommended for sports photography. Exactly what we asked for. Solid result. Gemini also located a video from the last month and confirmed the sports photography recommendation. But here's where it gets interesting. Can you spot the huge difference? Gemini actually provided timestamps, exact moments in the video where each pro, each con, and each recommendation was mentioned. You can click through and verify every single detail it pulled. That's not just research. That's receipts. It's showing you its work, letting you fact check in real time, and proving it actually processed the entire video frame by frame. The level of depth here is clearly next level. Look, the results speak for themselves. Gemini processed an hour-long earnings call while ChatGPT gave up, found the exact needle in a 500-page haystack on the first try, generated cinematic video that actually followed instructions, and provided time-stamped research you can verify yourself. ChatGPT is great for conversation, but when you need artificial intelligence that can actually see, remember, and create at scale, Google built the clear winner. If you're ready to stop leaving capabilities on the table, the link to Gemini Advanced is in the description. And if this comparison opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button. As always, keep exploring, keep creating, and we'll see you in the next one.